Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. Today we are going to be looking at the power of imagination.
Ooh,
And I am so excited to get into this one.
me too.
Yeah, this is like, those concepts from Napoleon Hill and Neville Goddard that we've been talking about?
Yeah.
They really got me thinking, like
Mhm.
they both believed that imagination wasn't just some like fluffy daydreaming,
Right.
but like a powerful force that could actually shape our reality.
Totally.
So let's dive into that. How can we actually use our imagination to make our desires a reality?
It's so interesting. We often dismiss imagination as something that's just for kids.
Right.
But Napoleon Hill, who's really a pioneer in personal development,
Yeah.
he called imagination the workshop of the mind. He insisted that everything we see around us started as a mental image.
Okay.
It's not about like airy-fairy mysticism,
Right.
but like the very foundation of creation.
So you're saying that even like skyscrapers and spaceships, those all started with someone's daydream?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hill was adamant that the starting point of all creation
Wow.
is thought.
Okay.
You think about it, every invention, every piece of art,
Yeah.
it first existed in someone's imagination.
Okay. I can see that.
Yeah.
Like when I think about getting a new phone, I start picturing it.
Uh-huh.
You know what color it'll be, even how it would feel in my hand.
There you go.
Wow.
That's your imagination at work.
Okay.
But Hill was very clear for this to move beyond just daydreams.
Okay.
We need absolute clarity about what we want.
Mhm.
He compared it to a painter with a brush.
Okay.
The sharper their vision,
Yeah.
the more vibrant the painting will be.
So it's not enough to just say like, I want a better job.
Right.
I need to really imagine myself in that job.
Exactly.
Like, what would my office look like? What kind of conversations would I be having?
Precisely. The richer the detail in your mental picture, the more real it becomes to your mind.
Okay.
And speaking of making it real, Neville Goddard
Okay.
had this concept of living in the state of the wish fulfilled.
Ooh, I like that.
It's not about pretending, but shifting from thinking of something to thinking from it.
Okay, that's a bit of a brain twister.
Yeah.
So what's the difference? Like, how would I actually feel those two different ways?
Think of it like this. If you want financial abundance,
Mm-hmm.
don't just wish for a pile of money.
Okay.
Imagine yourself already living from that abundance,
Okay.
making choices freely, maybe even helping others because you have enough.
So it's not about the money itself,
Right.
but the feeling of security and freedom that comes with it.
Exactly.
Almost like gratitude before the thing even happens.
You're catching on. And that brings us to another crucial point.
Okay.
Both Hill and Goddard emphasized that emotion is the fuel that powers this whole process.
Oh, that's interesting.
You can have the most detailed mental image,
Okay.
but without feeling, it's going nowhere.
So if I'm visualizing myself giving like this killer presentation at work,
Yeah,
I can't just see the slides in the audience. I need to feel that. And he can feel that confidence surging through me.
Yeah.
The satisfaction of nailing it.
exactly. It's that emotional energy
Okay.
that signals to your subconscious mind, A, this is something we're serious about making real.
This is really making me rethink how I approach things.
I know, it's powerful stuff.
But honestly, I struggle with consistency.
Yeah.
Is this something I have to visualize every single day for it to work?
Think of it like athletic training.
Okay.
You don't become an Olympian by working out once.
Right.
Hill in particular was big on daily practice.
Mm-hmm.
He even recommended visualizing right before sleep,
Okay.
when your subconscious is most receptive.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, but what about those times when, even if I'm trying to be positive, things just go wrong?
Yeah.
Like I'm visualizing this amazing date and then I spill coffee all over myself.
Oh, no.
Does that ruin the whole thing?
That's where Goddard's technique of revision comes in.
Revision. Okay.
It's almost like editing a movie.
Okay.
You go back and change the scene in your mind. So instead of replaying that coffee mishap and feeling embarrassed,
Yeah.
imagine it going smoothly. You laughing it off, maybe even making a joke about it.
Wait, so I can actually change how past events feel to me just by using my imagination?
It is.
That's pretty cool.
And with practice, this can shift not just individual moments, but how you perceive your whole life.
Yeah, that's powerful stuff. But I'm curious, didn't Hill and Gegard themselves face doubters and setbacks?
Oh, absolutely.
How did they stay so confident in this whole imagination thing?
They absolutely did. In fact, both of them emphasized that doubt is almost inevitable
Right?
when you're stretching beyond your comfort zone.
Okay.
They compared it to those first pioneers trying to fly
Right.
Everyone said it was impossible,
Yeah.
yet the Wright brothers persisted.
So when that little voice in my head says, this is never going to work,
Yeah.
that's actually a sign that I'm on the right track, challenging the limits of what I believe is possible.
Precisely.
Wow.
And what's fascinating is that both Hill and Goddard tapped into the idea that imagination operates within a field of infinite possibilities.
Okay.
It's like saying every outcome already exists somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
and we're using our minds to tune into the one we want.
Okay. Mind blown. So whether I'm trying to get a promotion, write a book, or even just have a better day, the process is the same.
Okay.
It's all about aligning my thoughts and feelings with that desired outcome.
Exactly. And to boost those feelings of alignment and possibility, there's one more powerful tool they both talked about.
Okay, what's that?
Gratitude.
Gratitude. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay. I can get on board with that.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, how does being thankful for something I don't even have yet, play into this whole imagination thing?
Think of it this way. When you express gratitude for something as if you already have it,
Okay.
you're shifting your energy from lack to abundance.
Okay.
It's like sending a signal to the universe, or maybe even your subconscious, that you're ready to receive that desire.
So instead of focusing on what's missing, I'm celebrating the feeling of already having it. Almost like tricking my mind into believing it's true.
Not tricking, more like aligning.
Okay.
It's about embodying that thank you energy as if the desire has already manifested.
Okay.
Both Hill and Goddard believe this opened the door for those desires to take root and flourish.
I can see how that would change my whole outlook. But earlier we were talking about visualizing specific things like a new job or a better presentation.
Right.
Does gratitude work for things that aren't so concrete,
Yeah.
like improving my health or relationships?
Absolutely. Remember, Hill and Goddard believed this power of imagination wasn't just for material things.
Right.
It could transform any area of your life.
So if I'm dealing with like a health challenge,
Yeah.
could I visualize myself already feeling healthy and vibrant even if my body isn't there yet?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Imagine yourself doing the things you love, filled with energy and vitality.
Okay.
Maybe it's hiking a mountain, dancing with your friends, or just waking up without pain.
Yeah.
It's about creating that mental picture of yourself as already whole and healed.
Okay, that's powerful. And what about relationships? Let's say I want to have like a more loving and connected relationship with my partner.
In that case, imagine the warmth and understanding you crave in your interactions. Visualize yourselves communicating openly and honestly, resolving conflicts with compassion.
Yeah.
Really feel that deep sense of love and connection.
So instead of dwelling on past arguments or current frustrations,
Right.
I'm essentially giving my subconscious a new blueprint for how I want the relationship to be.
You got it. And remember, emotion is key.
Okay.
Really feel those positive emotions as if you're already experiencing that ideal relationship.
This whole concept of using imagination to shape our reality really has a spiritual dimension to it, don't you think?
Absolutely. It taps into that idea that we're co-creators of something bigger than ourselves,
Okay.
a universal intelligence that responds to our thoughts and beliefs.
I love that. And there's a quote from William Blake that our source highlighted.
Oh, yeah.
It says, "What is now proved was once only imagined."
So true.
It really drives home that everything we see around us first existed as an idea in someone's mind.
Exactly. And realizing that can be incredibly empowering.
Yeah,
right?
totally. It's
like-
like taking control of the steering wheel instead of just being a passenger in my own life.
When you recognize yourself as the creator of your experience,
Yeah.
you stop feeling like a victim of circumstance.
Yeah.
You take responsibility for your life, knowing you have the power to shape it according to your desires.
No more wishing and hoping things will get better. It's about actively imagining and creating the reality I want to experience.
And that shift in perspective can be incredibly liberating. You move through life with more confidence and purpose, knowing you're not just reacting to events, but actively shaping them.
Okay, I'm feeling super motivated. But I have to ask, if I'm putting all this effort into visualizing and feeling, when can I expect to see actual changes in my life?
That's where patience and trust come in.
Okay.
Hill and Goddard both emphasized that the changes might be subtle at first, unfolding gradually over time.
So it's not about expecting overnight miracles, but noticing a gradual shift in my experience.
Exactly. You might start to see opportunities you hadn't noticed before. Relationships might begin to heal.
Okay.
Challenges that seemed overwhelming could start to feel like stepping stones.
It's like my inner world is starting to align with my outer reality.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Those shifts might seem small at first,
Yeah.
but over time they create a momentum that can lead to truly remarkable transformations.
So it's about trusting the process and staying committed to this practice, even if I don't see immediate results.
Exactly. Remember, both Hill and Goddard saw this as a skill you develop over time,
Okay.
like learning to play an instrument or speak a new language.
Yeah.
It requires effort, dedication, and consistent practice.
And I think it's important to remember that this isn't about trying to force outcomes or control every little detail.
Right?
It's about aligning myself with my desires and trusting that things will unfold in a way that serves my highest good.
Beautifully said. It's a delicate dance between effort and surrender intention, and allowing.
I love that analogy. But before we move on, I wanted to touch on something else. Our source mentioned that imagination isn't a luxury, it's a necessity.
That's such a powerful statement.
Mm-hmm.
It implies that imagination isn't just something nice to have.
Right.
It's essential for bridging the gap between where we are and where we want to be.
It's the key to unlocking our full potential both individually and collectively.
Imagine a world where everyone embraced the power of their imagination.
Yeah.
It would be a world brimming with innovation, compassion, and limitless possibilities.
That's a world I want to be a part of creating. But before we get too carried away, we are running short on time for this deep dive. Okay, so we're back, and I gotta say, I'm still really buzzing about that idea of imagination as a necessity.
Yeah.
It's not just some fun escape, but actually vital for growth, right?
Exactly. Both Hill and Goddard believed it was the key to bridging the gap between where we are now and that life we dream of living.
Yeah.
It's like having this incredible power within us just waiting to be unleashed.
And it makes you think about all those times we've kind of dismissed our own dreams as, unrealistic or impractical.
Right.
What if we've been holding ourselves back this whole time?
It's so true. That's the thing. Both Hill and Goddard saw doubt as just a natural part of the process.
Okay.
It's when we step outside our comfort zone, when we dare to imagine something truly extraordinary,
Yeah.
that those doubts tend to creep in.
So those doubts are actually a good sign,
I think so.
like a signal that I'm kind of stretching my own limits.
Precisely. It's proof that you're pushing beyond the boundaries of what you currently believe is possible.
Okay.
And that's where the real magic
But
happens.
how do I actually overcome those doubts? Sometimes they feel so overwhelming,
Well, remember that both Hill and Goddard believed imagination wasn't bound by our current circumstances.
Okay.
It transcends limitations and opens the door to a world of infinite possibilities.
So my imagination is the ultimate key to freedom.
Yeah, I love that.
It allows me to break free from limiting beliefs and, those self-imposed constraints.
Exactly. And the beautiful thing is that we all have this key within us.
Yeah.
It's simply a matter of choosing to use it, of consciously directing our imagination towards the reality we desire.
So it's not about passively wishing for things to change, but taking an active role in shaping my own destiny.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And that's where the real power lies.
Yeah.
When we recognize ourselves as creators, we step into a whole new level of responsibility and
I
possibility.
love that. But it can feel daunting too, where do I even begin?
Start by identifying one area of your life where you're ready to unleash the power of your imagination.
Okay.
Maybe it's your career, your relationships, your health, or even just your overall sense of well-being.
Okay, I can do that. But what's the next step?
Close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself already experiencing what you desire.
Okay.
See it, hear it, feel it with all your senses.
Mm-hmm.
Engage every bit of detail and emotion.
Wow, I can already feel a shift just thinking about it. It's that desire is becoming more real, more tangible.
And as you continue to nurture that vision, remember this. You are not limited by your current circumstances.
Okay.
You are a powerful creator, capable of shaping your life in ways you might never have thought possible.
I'm feeling so inspired right now. It's a whole new world of possibilities has opened up.
That's the power of imagination.
Yeah.
It allows us to see beyond the limitations of our current reality and step into a world of infinite potential.
And the best part is we all have access to this incredible power. It's within each and every one of us.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with this.
Okay.
Don't underestimate the power of your imagination. Nurture it, cultivate it, and watch as your world transforms in truly magical ways.
It's been an incredible journey exploring these ideas with you today. We've covered so much ground,
We have.
from understanding the mechanics of imagination to uncovering its spiritual dimension.
And most importantly, we've learned that this isn't just some abstract concept.
Yeah.
It's a practical tool we can all use to create the life we desire.
So to our amazing listener, we encourage you to keep exploring, keep imagining,
Yes.
and keep creating the extraordinary life that's waiting for you.
Until next time, may your imagination soar and may your reality reflect the boundless beauty of your dreams.
See you on our next deep dive.